Hello everyone, welcome to Caltex Academy. Today we are looking at method number 2 of solving simultaneous equation, and this method is elimination method. So we have two questions here. I'm going to add one bonus question and then one check-up point to make sure that you understood what we have discussed. So without wasting time, let's take a look at the solution. Now, how do you solve a simultaneous equation using elimination method? There are some few steps that we need to follow. The first step is to make sure that the letters are corresponding, like saying x and y and y. Now, if they are corresponding, then you have to make a choice of which letter you want to eliminate, say x or y. Now, if you select x, then you must make sure that the coefficient of x are the same. For now, we have 2 and 3, they are not the same. And if you also decide to eliminate y, make sure the coefficient are the same. Then the next step is you need to also check on the sign of the coefficient of the letter you want to eliminate. Like assuming we're eliminating x and we had here maybe 6 and 6, so their signs are positive. Now if the signs are the same, like positive and positive, we subtract. But if the signs are different, like positive and negative, then we add the two equations together. Then having done that, you simplify to get your answer. So let's put this into practice, and from here you can see clearly that it is easier to make the coefficient for y square the same, because we'll just simply multiply equation 2 by 2 to get coefficient of 4. But also, nobody can stop you to do these coefficients of x to be the same by multiplying this by 3 and this one by 2, such that we get here 6. So let's implement this, and we have equation 1 will be multiplied by 1, and anything multiplied by 1 will remain. So we have here 2x plus 4y equals 8. That is our equation number 1 being multiplied by 1. Then equation number 2, for us to get 4, here we need to multiply this equation by 2. So we say by 2, and what is that equation to be multiplied is 3x minus 2y equals 4. And of course that is equation number 2. So let's multiply these equations and then we see what next. Now 1 multiplies all these terms should give you the same. So we have here 2x plus 4y equals 8. Then here we multiply 2 by 3 and we get 6. So we have here 6x minus 2 times 2, we get 4. Y equals, now there's a common mistake normal people make. You multiply the terms from the left hand side only and you forget this. This one will make your working wrong, because for an equation, if you add one quantity on one side, you have to also add another one on the other side. If you subtract, you do the same. If you multiply, you have to do the same to all the sides for it to be maintained to be equal. So here we also multiply 2 by 4 to make it 8. Now we have already made sure that the coefficient of the letter y we're eliminating is the same. Now the next step here is to check on the sign of this. So what is the sign? The sign here is they are different. So we can remember it by saying different sign we add, DSA. But remember, if they are the same sign, we subtract. So same sign, subtract. For now, we have different signs, so we're going to add these equations together. Now, how do we add these equations? We can add them term by term. So we'll add this term containing x, and then we add terms containing y and the constant terms together. So let's go ahead and add these numbers. Now when you add 2x plus 6x, we get 8x, and then 4y plus negative 4y vanishes to 0, so we can just ignore it and leave it there. 8 plus 8 makes 16, so we can get x by dividing both sides by 8. So our 8x equals to 16, dividing it by 8 on all the sides, our x value becomes 2. Now I think let me squeeze it right here, and for us to get now the next value for y, we can take any of these equations, and it's good to take equation that looks somehow simpler. I think equation number 2 looks simpler than equation number 1, so let's take equation number 2 to find out this value of x. Sorry, I'm moving it to this side here. Equation number 2 is 3x minus 2y equals 4, and then we substitute this value of x equals to 2 wherever we get x. So we have our 3 multiplies by x value, and then minus 2y equals 4, but we know that our x is 2, so this package is placed there 2. Now when you multiply 3 times 2, you get 6, then minus 2y equals 4. Let's collect like terms. Now let's take this y to this side, and then we bring this one to the other side here. So we have here 6 minus 4, and then negative 2y crossing the equal sign will become positive 2y. Now this one simplifies to 2 equals to 2y. Dividing both sides by 2, our y value would be simply 1. Y equals to 1. Therefore, as x value is 2, then y value will just be equals to 1. Subscribe to the channel to get more videos just like this one here. Now let's move on to the next number, and that is part B in the next board. In this example, we want to eliminate also y. Now let's make sure that the coefficient of y is the same. For this coefficient to be the same, we interchange these numbers and multiply these equations. 1 by 3 and equation 2 by 2. So let's go ahead and do that. Equation 1 is going to be multiplied by 3. Then equation 2 is multiplied by 2. So we have here 3x plus 2y equals 7. Then 5x minus 3y equals 37. So let's multiply these equations to get their new results of this equation being multiplied. So we have here 3 by 3, we had 9x plus 3 and 2 making 6y equals 3 by 7, we get 21. Remember, this number multiplies all these 3 terms, left hand side and right hand side. So 2 by 5, we have 10x. And then 2 by negative 3, we get negative 6y equals 2 by 37, we get 74. Now, since the coefficient of the letter y we're eliminating is the same, we check at the sign, and the signs are negative and positive, meaning they are different signs, so we're going to add these two equations together. So 9 plus 10, we had 19x and then this one will vanish to 0. Then we have here 21 plus 74, we get here 95. And then let's divide both sides by 19. So both sides by 19, and this 19 from the left hand side cancels, such that 95 divided by 19, we get 5. Now here we can select any of these equations, either from here or from this new equation I can multiply to get the value for y. And in these equations, I think equation number 1 looks a little bit simpler, so we can substitute the value of x, that is 5, in equation number 1. So here we say substitute x equals 5 in equation number 1. So equation 1 is 3x plus 2y equals 7. Now our x value happens to be 5. So we place there 5, and then we add our 2y equals to 7. So multiplying 3 and 5 making 15. 15 plus 2y equals to 7. Now let's collect like terms by taking 15 to the other side. So we have here 7 minus 15. So when you subtract 15 away from 7, 7 is smaller than 15, so we are going to get a negative here, and that is negative 8. Then dividing both sides by 2, we have negative 8 divided by 2 from the right hand side. Therefore y is going to be negative 4. Therefore, as our x value is positive 5, then y value is negative 4. So in this bonus question, we would like to eliminate a, and then to eliminate a, we must make sure that the coefficients are the same. Just like in part B of our question, we have to interchange these numbers so that we get a coefficient of 6. So let's go ahead and do that by rewriting our equations down here, where we have 2a minus 3b equals 1, and then 3a minus 4b equals 3. Now let's multiply equation 1 by 3, and we multiply equation 2 by 2. So the result of multiplying these equations will be 6a minus, so it's not 3 but 9, minus 9b equals 3, because 1 times 3 is 3, and then 2 times 3 we have 6a, and then 2 times negative 4 we get negative 8b equals 2 times 3 we get 6. Now having multiplied this, we can now subtract, because the signs of the coefficient of a we're eliminating are all the same, that is positive and positive. Also, if you choose to eliminate b, you realize that we had the same signs here. It will also be subtracted because they're the same signs. So you can go ahead also in your own free time and then try to eliminate b by making the coefficients of b to be the same, maybe interchanging the coefficients here to raise negative 12 as coefficients for b. Now from here we can go ahead and subtract equation 2 away from equation 1. If you also subtract equation 1 away from equation 2, you will still get the same answer. So let's do that. We say in the next work here, I think to avoid negatives, we can subtract equation 1 away from equation number 2. So we can divide this and say equation 2 minus equation 1. So equation 2 is having 6a minus 8b equals 6. Then equation 1 is having 6a minus 9b equals 3. Now we're subtracting, and then the result of this subtraction, that's be 6a minus 6a, 0, so we don't need to write that 0 here. Now here we have 8b minus negative 8b. So negative times negative is positive. So we have negative 8 plus 9, which is positive 1. So positive 1 times b is positive b. So this one simplifies to b. And then 6 minus 3 is 3. Meaning the value for b is just 3. So we can go ahead and substitute to any of the simplest form of this equation. I think equation number 1 here seems to be simpler. So let's substitute the value of b in equation number 1, and this value is 3. So equation number 1 is 2a minus 3b equals 1. So we have our 2a replacing b with 3, and then equals to 1. So multiplying our negative 3 and positive 3, we get negative 9. This is equals to 1. So collecting like terms, we have 1 plus 9, and then summing them up results into 10 from the right hand side. Dividing both sides by 2 to get a alone. Therefore 10 divided by 2 is 5. So as the value of a is equals to 5, then the value of b should be 3, and that is our bonus question. So please support this channel by liking this video to push to many audience, share with friends, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of my videos that I will upload on daily basis. Now with this, let's dive into the checkpoint to really so that you know what you have learned from this video here, and then remember to share your answers in the comment section below. So for this checkup point, we have this: use elimination, method, to solve a pair of equations. Below. So the first equation is 3 2x plus 2y equals 13. That is equation number 1. And then equation number 2, we have 2x plus y equals 8. And this is equation number 2. So don't hesitate to reach me out in case you have some challenges working out this number. But if you work it out successfully and you check your work and every answer is okay, you can proudly share in the comment section here for us to know how you worked it out. Thank you very much for supporting this channel by watching this video, and please let's meet again in the next method, and that is graphical method. See you on the other side. Ciao.